Hello, my audience. I'm reviewing a movie. Start recording automatically. This recording camera. So, I'm reviewing these I'm going to talk about. I'm trying to think of how many X-Men movies there are by Fox. I can remember the titles, can't remember the numbers. So I'm just going to go tell you which one I'm going to review all of them in this video. Go through them all in the X-Men genre, with the new cast and the old cast, and yeah, on the Team X-Men. That's about the Team X-Men. I'm going to talk about the first one, titled X-Men from 2000. I give it an 8 out of 10. And I give all of the X-Men movies that I'm going to talk about in this video a 8 out of 10. I'm giving them my 8 out of 10 as the final verdict. All the X-Men from the original cast and the new cast that Fox did. And then that made 4 X-Men runs with X-Men movies with those casts, and 3 was the original cast of X-Men. And they also split X-Men movie with the new cast in Days of Future Past movie. So I give X-Men and X-Men 2 United, X-Men The Last Stand, and also X-Men First Class, X-Men Days of Future Past, and X-Men Days of Future Past, the Road Cut, also known as the Director's Cut, and X-Men Apocalypse, X-Men Dark Phoenix is the last one, is with the X-Men. I give them all a 8 out of 10. Now, I'm going to talk about my favorite character in both franchise, Mystique. Now, I like the original Mystique more often, but she was like more, she was better as a character because I found her more engaging because she was nude and more off in 3 movies. And Jennifer Lawrence, it was a good Mystique, but my favorite time when she played Mystique was when she was nude in Days of Future Past. If she went nude in the rest of the trilogy, I would have enjoyed her more, but I still think Mystique is her favorite performance by Jennifer Lawrence from Days of Future Past, her version of Mystique that she played in Days of Future Past. It's my favorite thing she's done. Next to this movie that she was also naked, called Red Sparrow. Jennifer Lawrence has a very beautiful body and a beautiful face. I gotta admit. And I like eye candy in my comic book movies, especially sexy women like Jennifer Lawrence and the original person who plays the Mystique, and also the girl who plays Jean Grey in the original trilogy, who got all horny for Hugh Jackman's Wolverine and decides to get her freak on when she's taken over by the Phoenix. Apparently, also makes her horny as fuck. It's genius writing. This is a dirty movie, this X-Men Days of Last Stand. It's a dirty movie. It looks dirtier than 50 Shades of Grey trailer looked. To me. I like this shit. The original X-Men trilogy has Mystique naked, for the entire trilogy, and she's my favorite one. She's my favorite X-Men character in the Fox X-Men universe, original and the reboot universe. Would I have liked her as much played by Jennifer Lawrence if she wasn't Nikki in Days of Future Past? No! Nobody would. Don't let you. No, anyone who tells you that they would have is lying to your face. And you should ditch them and just make friends with honest people. Because you deserve better, assholes. That was my fans viewing this. You need to get your head out of your ass and realize that people are lying to you. That they wouldn't have actually appreciate Lawrence if she just acted with clothes on. That's why the Dark Phoenix movie have a smart sense to kill her off. Brutally. She gets impaled from Jean Grey in Dark Phoenix for the Phoenix Force. I thought that was the best part of the movie when he kills her off, you know, come to think of it. But it's in like, there was drama in the movie, and then there was weight in the movie, and then, you know, we didn't have like a Jennifer Lawrence not playing nude Mystique, like hogging up the film, and, you know, ruining the movie. Without her nude, she's like a being Mystique, nude Mystique. Fox Mystique, we'll call her. Fox debut Mystique is the reason why this movie kind of falls flat. One of them. And also the fact that kind of had retcon a bunch of shit to draw his little inspiration connection from the Apocalypse, how Apocalypse sets stuff up. That was their goal. The guy director set out to do that, and I don't know why he thought it was a good idea, because it questions everything more. In a questionable universe, that people are just asking questions. Says that have people complain the X-Men movies don't line up, but when you do stuff like this, try not to connect them. It's like you're like shooting a dick off. It's like watching an infant shoot his dick off with a rifle. It's like this stupid. On top of stupid. Like, one, whose parent thought it was great to lend a child a gun? And two, whose thought it was great to lend a child a gun and lend an infant a gun just so they can shoot their own dick off by accident when it's bound to happen? That's the example of Dark Phoenix logic gets in a nutshell by retconning the events of Apocalypse into the things. With the X-Men in their costume. Once they join the X-Men. And, bunch of other stuff, and, I give, that was kind of stupid how they changed the name of the school at the end of Dark Phoenix. Okay, now we know what tripping now. On balls. Or acid. The writers are. Clearly tripping on their acid trip. And when they wrote that into the script. Now let's talk about the first X-Men movie I'm going to talk about from 2000. And now if I talked about the X-Men movies, all of them, I'm not going to lie, Mystique's still really the only reason why I like the Fox X-Men movies. Her body is gorgeous, and her face is gorgeous. Even though she's blue, she was one of my childhood crushes I had as a kid when I first saw this movie in the 2000s in theater. So let me say, how old would I have been there? In 2000, I could have been before or after my birthday in the 2000s. So I could have been 3 or 2 then. I was born in 1997, March 25th. So when the X-Men movie came out, it could have been 3 or 2. Then I forget what month that X-Men movie came out. But yeah, when I saw that movie, I mean, I was going for, like, I'm not going to lie, the X-Men movie I didn't really like, because I was very, at that age, I didn't think the movie was that great and faithful to any of the incarnation of the X-Men. But, so I was starting to fall asleep before Mystique, revealed herself on screen. Then I felt like a huge rush of adrenaline. I felt more awake than ever. I don't know why, but I just felt excited when she revealed herself in her true form on screen. I realized, holy shit, Mystique! I know that has to be Mystique. And, I loved her new design. I really admire her new design from my point of view as a kid. That's why she was one of my childhood crushes as a child. The original Mystique from the X-Men trilogy. Growing up as a kid. Before it ended. And she's even pretty without the makeup. The blue makeup, when you see what she looks like on the face in Last Stand, it's like, holy crap, she's in pretty without the blue makeup. It's like, it looks like Kevin. She looks like she's that attractive to me, I find. Like, she looks as pretty as it looks like, the Mystique in the X-Men trilogy, the original X-Men trilogy, to me looks as pretty as God can make her. If God Almighty really does exist, I want to believe it exists, because I really that's how much I liked her, that she was pretty. Makes me want to believe in God, even though I'm not sure if it exists. But that's how much I liked Mystique in this movie. The X-Men trilogy, original X-Men trilogy, is why I feel like I want to believe in God again. And felt like I could believe in God again. Whenever I saw her on screen, I felt incredibly alive. As a child. Good times. Seeing her on the big screen. She's as pretty as Gal Gadot, or Scarlett Johansson, or Jennifer Lawrence Mystique. The original Mystique's that attractive. Although I appreciate the original Mystique more often because she was more nude from the audience, and I enjoyed her body and her face. If she's like going to be in the new X-Men lineup and reprise her role as Mystique, and is that true for the new Avengers movie, then make her go nude again. And cover her in blue. Go for the, do what you did with the original trilogy. It's like, that design's classic for me cinema. Peak comic book magic. These movies, X-Men movies, are classic in my eye, to give them all an 8 out of 10. I'm now going to talk about the original Fox Fantastic Four movies. The first two ones was Jessica Alba and Michael Chiklis and Johnny Storm, played by Chris Evans, and the guy plays Stretching Man, Mr. Fantastic. I forget the actor's name of that person. Is it Pedro Pascal? No, wait, that's the new Fantastic Four guy that plays Mr. Fantastic. Sorry. I don't remember this guy's name. I give the Fox Fantastic Four a 8 out of 10. Both ones. I give them an 8 out of 10 because I like the tongue-in-cheek comedic vibe they went for the first one, and they tried to like course correct it. And well, I like these movies. The Fantastic Four movies are a little better than the Fox X-Men movies. No, that's not a lie. Only writing-wise is better. But with more sex appeal, I think the Fox movies have more wide variety of sex appeal to the visuals because of Mystique and because Jean Grey gets horny in the third one was due to Dark Phoenix plotline. And so-and-so. And Bobby is horny for Kitty, who his girlfriend's jealous of Bobby's girlfriend. Bobby's girlfriend gets jealous. Rogue, who's horny for Bobby because they both just want to fuck each other. So Jean takes the cure. No, wait, not Jean. Rogue says to take the cure that cures mutants' powers and suppresses their powers and blah 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 shit. Takes away them. Yeah. And what I'm trying to say is the Fantastic Four movies have more of a tongue-in-cheek comic book writing, spoofing the comic book genre. The Fantastic Four based on was the brand. It feels like the Fantastic Four movies was Jessica Alba, more like a tongue-in-cheek vibe of spoofing the comic books genre and not taking itself seriously. Whereas the Fox Fantastic Four versus the Fantastic Four movies they made by Fox, the X movies do take the comic book genre seriously and doesn't really spoof it as much. And has to come with those original ideas with the characters and more take it seriously. And, you really see the more influence that the Fantastic Four had over the comic book genre with the MCU more than the Fox movies did. In terms of tone where it's at now and heading to us. Comedic Stupid Town writing come ta-da is what's heading to now these days and going further down the rabbit hole of that. It's like yikes. Now the jokes land. All of them are shit jokes. Like as funny as watching a drunk grandpa die of a heart attack. Or I guess it's as funny as that. I don't know if anyone's died of it. That's happened to anybody, but I saw it before. Good example. Anyway, so that's why I give the Fox Fantastic Four movies with Jessica Alba and Michael Chiklis plays the Thing. 8 out of 10. They rule fun replay value. And I enjoyed Jessica Alba's strips in both installments. That was the best part of them both movies. Her stripping for me, the audience. I liked it more in the first one because, you know, they showed more longer her stripping before she went invisible or her powers activate. You know, it's like they showed more of her skin in the first one than in the sequel. And it's like, the sequel's like PG-13, come on, she'll go topless for me. It's like, this would be funny and sexy, I think. It's like, you know, it's like a comic book movie. Bring on the sex appeal. Bring on the porn. Bring on the comedy. Bring on the stupid. Get it cracking. There was the action. The MCU understands that. MC Cinematic Universe of Marvel. So, what I liked about these movies, that all these movies feel like they're being a brain massage to the brain. Especially when there's nudity in the movie. You know? And sex scenes and sexy things. That's a good thing. Don't worry, ladies. There's also some shirtless scenes with Chris Evans. Shirtless scenes with Chris Evans. Those who are doing female watching wondering if there's any candy to offer for them. There's Chris Evans shirtless in these movies, Fantastic Four movies, and you know, but I don't know if anybody female watch my channels. I don't know how many honest are my men and how many honest are women. I don't know. These movies are 8 out of 10. I give these Fox movies, but for Marvel, Fox era. Monkey see, monkey do fun. Just like that Clint Eastwood, it's funny. You know that Clint Eastwood movie? The Clint Eastwood movie is called Every Which Way But Loose, and the sequel Every Which Way But Win, or was it the reverse, the titles? Or they got the title in reverse order. You know, in the movie he actually plays a spider, Clint Eastwood does in this movie, and he has a best friend, orangutan, called Clyde. And he always when he tells Clyde turned right, Clyde, he thought I would punch these bikes down. And one of them, he told Clyde turn right, and Clyde knocks a bunch of knocks something down. I forget what he knocks down. But these movies are fun, funny like Clyde from that Clint Eastwood movies that he was part of, and he made a sequel to it, and both were funny. And that's how much I like the Fantastic Four and Fox movies that they made by Fox Studios with the X-Men and the Fantastic Four movies and the classic cinema in my eyes. Now, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hit the subscribe button. Comment below if you want to. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the thumbs up to like this video. I'm Jake Allen Graham. I hope you enjoyed this video. And, goodbye. That's my review on Fantastic Four and the Fox movies of X-Men.